have you back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our major stories. As calm returns to Abia State after days of mayhem, more calls for the unity of Nigeria resound across the country. Chief Justice of Nigeria challenges judges on the unity of Nigeria, says obedience with the rule of law will boost public confidence in the legal system. Nigeria Labour Congress and United Labour Congress reignite dispute, disagree over planned industrial action by the ULC. And police in the United Kingdom arrest an 18-year-old man in connection with yesterday's attack in London. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website. It's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And talking about pictures, here are some of them you sent into our Eyewitness portal. We'll begin with this one from Kano State, showing a dilapidated school building in Hotoro North. Our Eyewitness reporter says this shows the poor standard of the education sector in the state, and he wants the government to look into it urgently. Next is this image from Ikorodu-Shagamu Road in Ogun State, showing the bad condition of the road. Our Eyewitness reporter laments the trouble motorists go through using this road and is calling for urgent attention from the government. Still on bad roads is this picture from Benin-Okene Expressway in Ekpoma in Edo State. Our Eyewitness reporter says the road has been a major headache for commuters who ply it. And finally is this picture, a heap of dirt at the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital premises. Our Eyewitness reporter is worried about the health consequences of this act and wants it stopped immediately. We thank you for sending in those pictures, and we do encourage you to keep them coming. 2 persons suspected to have carried out the shooting in the Abraka market in Asaba, Delta State, have been arrested by the police. 24-year-old Abraham Undudi and 21-year-old Ifeanyi Okereke allegedly shot and killed 4 persons and injured several others at a market yesterday. The Delta Police Command, in a statement, mentioned that the suspects were caught in a hotel, that they're already helping them in their investigation. A 3rd suspect is said to be on the run. The police added that the 3 men who were suspected to have carried out this crime are either members of a cult group or the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, and the market which they stormed is dominated by non-indigents. The police has vowed to carry out a thorough investigation of this attack and bring the perpetrators to justice. From Delta, let's move to Benue State now, where Governor Samuel Ortom is asking security agencies to hunt down a former sole administrator of Otupo local government area, Mr. Idachi Ude, who is alleged to have led a gang that attacked the community, which led 4 people dead on Thursday. One of those killed by the armed group is a former PDP chairman in Benue State.
Debris of burnt vehicles, houses, and even the community skill acquisition center. All painful sights left in the wake of Thursday's violence at Ogobia and Ondo communities in Otupo local government area of Benue State. Governor Samuel Ortom arrived at the community as mourners gathered for the burial of the former Benue State chairman of the PDP, Lawrence Ugo, one of the 4 victims of the attack. Son of the late PDP chairman, Williams, tells Channels Television how his father was shot, dragged into his car and set ablaze by the assailants.
We were attacked, and all I could say is there had been some community crisis within the same community. Yes, and I really can't say who came to attack and who did this atrocity. But, well, I'm really sure it was just like I said. And, well, my father just passed on, and he was actually a great man. He is someone that has been fighting for the peace of this community, and I never expected such accident or such atrocity attack would come to him.
The team also visits Ondo community lying just across the road to see where a retired police ASP was also killed.
From my investigation, they are brothers, but some people moved from Ondo to Ogobia here. So when it comes to sale of land, the Ondo people said they must get royalty from whatever land they will sell here in Ogobia because it's urbanized compared to the Ondo people. So these people refused. So there are rank up between the two brothers in particular now, and they have groups. And like I told some few people, days ago, yesterday, it's not political at all, but it's issue that concerning land, who owns the land in Ogobia here.
But Governor Tom will also have nothing short of the arrest of the perpetrators and assures the people of better security.
I cannot watch them destroy Benue State. It is not acceptable, and the security agencies have been directed to arrest them. I understand one has been arrested, the other one too will be arrested. There's no hiding place for them.
The governor also visits some of the survivors, including children at a private hospital in Oturpo. The crisis in Ogobia and Ondo communities once again underscores the level of intolerance and peaceful coexistence even among siblings.
More reactions have been trailing the warning of industrial action issued by the United Labour Congress, ULC. The Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have described the ultimatum given by the ULC as a blackmail, following the declaration by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, that the ULC is an illegal organization. But the ULC National Organizing Secretary, Mr. Nasiru Kabil, insists that the union is legal and has come to stay.
It's been over 2 years since the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, held its national delegate conference that produced the current administration led by Ayuba Waba. That election was keenly contested, especially between the two prominent NLC presidential candidates then, Mr. Ayuba Waba and Mr. Joe Ajero.
And the president is in the person of Comrade Ayuba Philibus Waba. Mr. President.
The result of the election, as announced by the Workers' Union electoral body, opened a new page of disquiet for the NLC as aggrieved members of the union stormed out of the election venue, alleging that they were cheated. Unable to resolve their differences, the splinter group led by Mr. Ajero formed another labor movement called the United Labour Congress, ULC, on December 17, 2016. Since then, the activities of the splinter labor movement has been in low-key, but for the threat to embark on a national strike action, which has generated several reactions from other labor leaders.
We have no doubt that those behind the ultimatum were only hoping to blackmail the federal government and the Ministry of Labour and Employment to register the association as a labor center or a labor organization.
The section on registration of trade unions in Part 1, Section 2, is very clear that unregistered trade unions and federations are prohibited from functioning under this section. Our SY colleagues are therefore trying to take advantage of the unstable security and industrial relations situation in the country to increase the tension and give bad name to trade unionism.
The federal government also, at a press conference on Thursday, has described the ULC as an illegal labor movement and even threatened to impose serious sanctions on the promoters.
They are not yet a federal government recognized federation of trade unions. Government will not fold her hands and allow any group of persons to take the law into their hands by brazenly threatening to commit economic sabotage.
It does appear, however, that the leadership of ULC is not deterred by the reactions from the federal government and other trade unionists.
I think the best advice I'm giving to NLC is that they should stay clear from ULC. We are not making any competition with them. We are not here to compete with anybody, but we are doing the right thing. We feel they cannot do the right thing. Workers have thrown them during the Workers' Day. Workers have insulted them. Workers have told them that, look, enough is enough. ULC have come to stay in this country, and nobody, and I'm still repeating this, nobody have the right to stop ULC from operation.
The 7-day final ultimatum given by the ULC will expire on Monday, September the 18th, 2017. Many do hope that the situation will be managed properly to prevent potential economic damage that industrial action can pose on an economy that is just getting out of recession.
The ban on the operation of interstate buses and vehicles on Ikorodu Road by the Lagos State government is already having an effect on transport business in the area. The state government on Wednesday announced a restriction of interstate buses to the Ojodu-Berga area and Ojota motor parks. Channels Television visited the affected areas to capture the level of compliance and how transport operators are planning to handle this new directive.
It's unusually quiet at the Jibowo area of Lagos State, a once busy hub for interstate transportation, mostly run by private operators. The vicinity, which serves as a major terminal for transport companies, goes cold following the ban on transport activities in the area.
Is to follow up on the visit of His Excellency, the Governor, Mr. Kim Yambodi, and was very displeased with what he saw, particularly in the manner in which the long buses, interstate buses, are using the main town. And what we have done so far is the initial announcement to say that henceforth we will no longer allow interstate buses to be along Ikorodu Road. Henceforth, they will have to go to Ojota and to Ojodu-Berga.
Police officers and members of the state task force have been manning the area to enforce the government's order. Buses found on the road are towed away. The effect of the ban is obvious. Booking offices are empty, while transport workers hang around their offices helplessly.
A Hummer bus is about 20 million naira. Then we have about 40 to 50 workers that you are paying lowest cost, 25,000 naira. For the past 2 days now, nobody is collecting any money. Even me as the owner, I'm feeling it because I cannot load to Abuja. How can people coming from Victoria Island, Ikoyi to Jibowo, telling them to go to Ojota?
Along this road now, you have family men, people that have responsibility, people that rely on the little money they make here, and now asking them to vacate this place now to Ojota. It's just like you're asking them to start afresh.
I might be young in this place, but I know very well that this place has been in operation for over 20 years. And this is a place governments are collecting money, they are collecting levies.
The ban comes with a 7-day ultimatum, a timeline which is unacceptable to the operators.
The most important thing is to give us notice of 3 months for we to take our property to the next place. We are not saying no, but give us chance.
2 interstate motor parks at Ojodu-Berga and Ojota have been designated for operators to relocate. But none of the facilities seem to be in good condition to accommodate newcomers. While work is ongoing in some parts of the Ojodu-Berga Park, the Ojota Motor Park is filled with existing operators.
With my own view, the place is very small to occupy those vehicles, at least, because long buses, even the small buses cannot, because our members are there operating right now, and they are even occupying the space. So Though there are construction going on there, I wouldn't know the plan of that construction. Maybe it's meant for those vehicles coming. I wouldn't know.
It's 3 days to the deadline for operators to move. There are questions left unanswered, such as were all the operators informed before the ban? And how soon will the designated parks be ready to accommodate the newcomers?
When the News at 10 returns, Kano and Lagos states improve inter-regional cooperation, resolve to partner in various economic initiatives. Join us again.